Good afternoon and welcome to Digital PNA. I'm Marcel Allen, your host for the day, and technically I believe I am your president as well for 2025. And the theme of the year is wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be cool if you could double your sales? Wouldn't it be cool if you were super confident on camera? Wouldn't it be cool if you got 6 referrals today? Wouldn't it be cool if fill it in. And so as we start to leverage new technologies and collaborate in a more dynamic way, I want to encourage you guys to have this in the back of your mind, because as a team, we can make this event and experience and essentially the extension of our sales team much more dynamic and useful, because I want you all reporting closed business and saying, hey, I got, $20,000 of deals last month or whatever it might be. Here is our current membership. So we are not a closed category in the sense that we could have two of somebody. So that's a cool, unique feature of Digital PNA. And then I do have people's Instagram handles on top. So if people are going to be connecting, online or off or afterwards, those are important for us to start knowing, because it's no longer just our first name. It's I'm at Dreamosity. I'm not just Marcel when you're tagging on Instagram. Okay, so our roles have changed a little bit. We're excited about these because we want you to embrace your inner digital marketer. We're learning the new skills, the new how-tos. And so can I have a volunteer today, somebody that wants to be a photographer or a video clip snapper or a snagger, where you might, capture your screen moving while somebody's presenting. You get, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. We're not going to get the whole, 15-minute TED Talk version. Are there any hands up? Anybody want to grab a photo of the day or a clip either before, during, or after the presentation? Brian, thank you so much. Okay, and then update or a tracker and a meme maker. So I want to encourage you all to listen for quotables in this meeting and any other meeting you're in, because to me, the power of a great meeting is somebody's doing something important in the world. Something amazing is happening. And that to me is something that we can put online. Put their name under the quotes, such and such, somebody said that, or it might be a funny thing. So does anybody want to listen for quotables and be our meme maker today? And Karen, thank you for doing it last week. Anybody? Oh, Emma, your hand's up. Awesome. Thank you. And then also for everybody here, I want to encourage you to update your story. You can take a screenshot, you can take a photo, say, hey, I'm with PNA NW listening to at OLP North Sound, Cristina sharing. So we want to encourage you to participate. And if you guys don't know what to do, just ask me. If you're wondering, there's a good chance somebody else is wondering. And this is a safe place to learn and kind of experiment. So. And then once this is live, you're welcome to share out the video link. You can actually even share the YouTube broadcast now. Since we're live, people can share it to their LinkedIn, their Facebook, an email, a friend in another state. It's totally up to you. But this is where once this gets humming, we might have 10, 20 people watching live. We only have 10 in the room here, but we can start having a larger audience. And then there's a cool feature where I can actually, if people hop on, I can actually show their chat on the screen. So you guys will be able to see when I share who's talking from the YouTube perspective. So that gets dynamic and cool. Awesome. And I'll do timer today just because I'm running the slides. Okay, so let's do our 60-second commercials. As always, introduce yourself. And again, think if somebody doesn't know you, do your 60-second commercial with that. And then if you've had a recent digital win, maybe you did an Instagram live last week, or I don't know, you set up your email campaign, whatever it can be. If you've had a recent digital win, you can share that as a part of your presentation. Also, if you have an ask, if there's a video or a podcast you want people to share, this is the time to bring that piece of content to the table, and you can drop it in the chat box for people to pursue later. Karen, will you kick us off?
Sure. So I am Karen Koenig with KK Financial Solutions, and I am not only a financial advisor, but I also do several other things as a wealth manager. I try to put a holistic approach to my clients. So I also do financial planning. I do financial coaching. I have in the divorced realm, because I got divorced in 2007, right before the housing market crashed, and put all my money into a house. And I wish I would have had a financial advisor to tell me not to do that. And then I also do business valuations. So if you're in a conversation with someone and you hear that they wish they knew what their business was worth because they're getting ready to sell it, or perhaps they're getting ready to purchase a business, I can help out with that as well. And then I sell long-term care, life insurance, and annuities. So then again, it's a holistic approach for my clients. So a win for me is I posted on social media that I won the female financial advisor CEO of the year 2024, and Marcel was great enough to share that on social media, and it got me a lot of traction. So thank
Awesome.
you for that.
Yeah,
Again,
congratulations.
Karen Koenig with KK Financial Solutions.
All right, and Mike's next. I did put the order in the chat just for reference there. Oh, and Mike, I think you're on mute. I see those lips moving.
Thank you, Marcel. Mike Enberg with the Puget Sound Business Journal, which is the largest business-to-business news publication in the Puget Sound region. Puget Sound Business Journal is, in fact, part of a network of business journals that are in 44 cities around the U.S. But this particular vehicle, where I work, focuses on businesses mostly in Western Washington and focuses on connecting business people with other business people. We have a newspaper on Friday. We have a website that gets almost 500,000 unique visits a month. We have a series of events that engages north of 5,000 business people a year. The commonality is that our audience tends to be business decision makers, the people who can say yes when you call on them, when you get in front of them. Marcel, are we doing tangents right now? Okay. Then I am passing the torch to the next person on the list. Who?
Oh, thanks, Mike. That
Like
would be
Cristina.
me. Yeah, that would be me. Hi, guys. So I'm just going to keep it brief because I am presenting today. But my name is Cristina. I am with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of both Puget and North Sound. So we do outdoor lighting, and I'm just going to leave you guys at that because I am presenting and I don't want to bore you guys. So that's all.
I think that makes it my turn. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Heath Pierce, and I'm with TJ Corporate Credit. And so most people ask me, well, Heath, what does that mean? And I like to talk about how most small business owners, and I did this myself, start by funding their company with personal credit cards, personal loans. Some people even tap into their home equity to get their business either up and running or fund it as they grow. But here's the risk. If the business struggles, you're personally liable. So your credit score will tank, your borrowing power shrinks, and your personal assets and maybe even your home could be at risk. So this is why corporate credit is really essential. It allows your business to access funding, credit lines, and vendor accounts, all without having to put your personal credit on the line. So it creates separation between you and your personal business finances. It protects your personal liability. And one of the greatest things it does is it increases your ability to secure larger amounts of funding. So one more benefit of establishing corporate credit is better terms. So it establishes more trust with lenders and vendors and gives you the ability to scale your business faster and smarter. So if you're still using personal credit to run your business or finance little pieces here and there, you're just taking unnecessary risks. With corporate credit, your business can stand on its own. You can grow with confidence and know that your personal assets are protected. A great referral for me is anybody that owns a business, period. So Heath Pierce, TJ Corporate Credit. Thank you.
Awesome. Looks like I'm next. So I am just dropping in on digital PNA because I hear so many good things about it. I want to come in and see for myself. The person that's here presenting is Cristina, who is my marketing administrator and extremely capable at everything she does. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives is Puget Sound's premier outdoor lighting company, premier full service outdoor lighting company, actually. Residential, commercial, roofline, holiday event, we do it all. If there's a lighting need, we know how to come in, assess that need, identify potential solutions for you, and come up with something that looks beautiful and wonderful to the delight of everybody around. Perfect clients for us are people that actually are sick and tired of the dark. They have a beautiful yard that just disappears when the sun goes down. We love to come talk a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish, help you come up with a vision and a solution that looks perfect for your yard, your budget, and your desires. Again, I'm Rob with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives, Puget Sound's premier outdoor lighting company.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Tremler. I co-own LaughTech with Miss Marcel Allen. We have so much freaking fun, it shouldn't even be fair. So we deal with F's all the time. F this, F that. But really, it's fun, it's friendly. It's other words I could probably include with the letter F. What we do is we're humor engagement coaches, and we love working with businesses of all sizes, shapes, and flavors, whatever they have that needs to be worked on, whether it's their own public speaking personas, whether they're on video or wanting to create videos for their business, or whether they're not leadering or managing well or selling well. We love helping people with scripts. We do a lot of role playing. We do a lot of improvisational based exercises to get the brain trained from a resiliency factor. Because there's nothing worse than when you prep for a big presentation with a client, you show up that day and they throw you a curveball. Are you ready to deal with that? We can teach you how. We have a lot of fun doing it. And as you also know, I kind of represent the MC and auctioneer side of business. There are a lot of businesses out there during late Q2 and Q3 that are having boring conferences and big company get-togethers. Bring us in. Let us have fun. Let us get people to smile. Let's keep them motivated as they go to the other boring breakout sessions throughout the day. We love those opportunities. That is what we're looking for from the LaughTech and BT Presents standpoint. Thanks.
Hi there, Emma with Country Financial, offering home, auto, life, business, and retirement insurances. We just recently were listed #1 in Forbes magazine for our life insurance policies. And I wanted to mention 3 important questions when considering life insurance. First, can you afford it? This is really the most important question. I can't really, tell you how many folks I talk to with life insurance. And many times when people finally realize that they need it, it's because something has happened and now it's kind of too late. So the second question is, how much life insurance do you need? This question is really up to you. There's a lot of different ways you can answer it. Some folks want to make sure their income is replaced for their families, indefinitely for a set of number of years, while others might decide that they want enough coverage to pay off the house, send the kids to college. And some might just say that they want a specific amount for life insurance, like $250,000 or $500,000. I cannot tell you that there's one way that is better than the other, because it comes down to what is important to you. And the third one would be, what is the budget for life insurance? This question is obviously important because you want to make sure whatever program you decide is right for your budget. Life insurance will never be more affordable or accessible to you than it is right now, meaning your current age and health. If hard financial times were ever to occur, you don't want to have to give up your life insurance because you might not be able to qualify for it again. And the price will certainly be more expensive because we all get older, and age is one of the most determining factors when purchasing life insurance. So if you'd like to have those conversations, please reach out to Emma at Country Financial.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. And I'll go next. So my name is Marcel. I run a company called Dreamosity, and I also work with Brian at LaughTech. But today I wanted to share kind of a win. I've now done, 12, 13, 14, 15 publications of Dreamosity's remarks. And March 2025 was actually the first individual I don't know personally, like in the local area. He's from Georgia. And within that publication, there is a free copy of Financial Joy. So if you haven't yet read Financial Joy, I encourage you, take 3 minutes, click through, go download it. And then when you need some encouragement, read Financial Joy. It's an introduction to data art. It's talking about the conversations, the sales appointments, the invoices, and the paychecks. And it's not so much about social media as much as social media doesn't replace the importance of those patterns. And so I'm always telling my clients, go get 10 no's, go get rejected 30 times. And I'm trying to make rejection pretty within Financial Joy, just the process of growth, because I can almost guarantee most of us are not talking to enough people every day and asking the questions, do you want what I have? And if not, what would it take? Right, to earn your business, right? Like some harder conversations versus just, hey, how are the kids? Anyways, that's my invitation to you. Check out Mr. March. He's fantastic. And snag your copy of Financial Joy for free, only in that publication. So check that out. And thank you for being here. So up next, we have a fun curveball question. This was very much so inspired by Miss Cristina as we did our practice round yesterday. But do you enjoy being in... I can't even read it because I got my slides over there. Do you enjoy being on your back deck? I think that's what it says. If not, why? And have you ever filmed in your backyard? Anybody want to go? Let's just go through the same order as before. But have you ever, actually, let's go reverse order. I'm going to go first. I have not filmed in my backyard, but I have filmed in other people's backyards. So when I do house sitting occasionally, I'm in these $1 million property homes, and they have gorgeous backyards and amazing spaces. So I have done many videos, not live, but I have also a lot of parks, a lot of car shots. But okay, back to you, Emma.
Well, actually, I have one of those motion lights that is intermittent. So sitting out there in the dark is not pleasant because it's kind of like a little strobe party going on. And, and I don't want constant lights, but I don't also want the dark. So it's kind of hard to decide what is best.
I think Brian's next.
I just realized that. Sorry about that. Backyard. So I do have a decent backyard. I've never let Rob over because it's shameful in the sense that I've let it fall into levels of disarray. So sorry, Rob, not going to happen. But
No judging here, man.
I'm sure there's some judgment. Either way, I have filmed off my back deck a number of times. Me, not the before mentioned disarray. But at the same time, I need to be careful because there's some loose floorboards on my deck. So I pretty much avoid it, and I need to fix those boards. But on the times I have, it's nice because in the Pacific Northwest, man, all you got to do is stick some rhododendrons behind you or these incredible pine trees that surround my neighborhood. And it really is kind of a glorious thing. And occasionally I get the occasional attack squirrel, or there's a neighbor of 4 raccoons that will quite often be crawling up the trees once in a while, looking around and probably hunting my dogs. So I stick to other places on a regular basis when I do filming.
Rob, you're up.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, I filmed in my backyard. I have quite a few unique lighting features that I like to show off and share. Like Brian, the backyard right now is not in pristine shape. So I'll have to wait a couple more weeks until we get everything up and running. But backyards, the extension of the backyard to your living space is an awesome thing to showcase and to show off and to explain to people how that really impacts their well-being.
So do I enjoy being outside after dusk? Absolutely. And I like being outside after dusk just because here in the Pacific Northwest, there's some amazing views, when the moonlight comes out. This is a beautiful place at night when it's decent. When it's raining cats and dogs, it's another story. But I have never filmed a video in my backyard. In fact, I'm one of those people that I don't wish to have a backyard anymore. I want easy care and maintenance as I move forward. So there you go.
Christina?
So y'all know that I live in Texas, so I don't necessarily like being outside in my backyard, because, well, one, the heat, and then two, the mosquitoes here are as big as the state of Texas. So I would prefer to stay indoors, but I do have a very rambunctious 7-year-old and my English bulldog that love being outside. So I am not against my will, but kind of against my will, forced to be outside with the child and the dog. So if I could avoid it, I would. But yeah, it's not my forte. And as far as filming videos, no, I haven't filmed a video. I have taken videos of my child and the dog, and my husband back there. But I have not filmed videos myself, which I probably should do. But yeah, no, I have not.
And echoing Christina, I have not, though I should. And the backyard or the back deck would be a perfect venue for that. It is something that I need to build into both my personal marketing and something like it to build into the Puget Sound Business Journal's marketing. In general, company-wide, we have not used video and outdoor video and just the dynamic and energetic quality of being outdoors enough.
And yes, I do like to go outside after dusk because our back patio has lighting on it. And because we are able to go out there pretty much year round. And Rob, you'll be happy to know we have low volt lighting in our front yard. We have it in our backyard. We have our golf green, our putting green highlighted with lighting. So that's one of the nice things about Arizona. A lot of people have their yards lit up because we have lots of nice foliage.
Anybody can light up a cactus and make it look pretty. It's like harder to do it out here in Puget Sound. Moss doesn't shine as well.
Yep. Well, and if there's ever a barbecue invite, I will record a video in your nice backyard. If you ever want to coordinate, we can make that happen.
Absolutely.
You guys are great. Thank you for answering that question. We definitely teed up our presenter for the day. And I do want to encourage you, before I launch into her intro, start thinking about, how you plan your day on your calendar, you have an agenda for a meeting, start planning what's called a shot list. I'm going to get a shot of Karen jumping off a motorcycle while she goes into the parking garage, or I'm going to get a photo of Emma with her puppy, or I'm going to get a picture of Mike shaking hands, passing the journal to a CFO of some hoity-toity company. These little shot lists or ideas to prepare ourselves in a backyard could be one of the places on your shot list. So with that, let's dive into our speaker of the day. We have Miss Cristina Reyes. She's a sales support over at OLP Lighting Perspectives, and she's been with the company for how many years now?
Since 2023, so 2.
Yeah, 2 years.
Wow.
And then
2 years.
Do you have a favorite sport or hobby that you get to enjoy in Texas?
Well, I love football, but I actually played soccer all through my middle school, and then going up a little bit into high school until I got an injury, so I had to stop. But I actually love to run. That's the whole military in me. I used to run my entire base when I was stationed in Korea, every single day after work, even on the weekends. I love to run. And then now I wonder why my child likes to run so much. And I'm just like, hey, we can't do that in Texas heat. We got to wait till the sun goes down. And she's like, I just want to run. So thoroughly just enjoy running at this point.
That's great.
A goal is to, at some point, team up with the charity to get into the New York City Marathon. That's a long-term goal. Short-term is running a 5K in April with my best friend. So training for that. And yeah, just honestly, that's about it.
Excellent. And then you can start screen sharing if you want. And then what is the title of your presentation? And I'll let you tell me.
So it's just for outdoor lighting, and it's just a little bit about Outdoor Lighting Perspective as a company and what we have to offer. So I don't necessarily have a title for it, but I guess just outdoor lighting.
Excellent. Let me see. And your screen should pop up in the green room here, and I'll start that as soon as I see it.
Okay.
All right, you got the screen share button?
Yes, just trying to get it up right now.
Okay, so I'm going to move this. We're going to say goodbye to our faces. We are going to bring on her presentation. Now, this doesn't let you guys go wander off. We want you here. I can still see if you're at your desk. Can you guys still see each other? I know I can see you, but I don't know if you guys can see each other. Okay. All right, Christina, you got it going?
1 second.
No
I think I have to remove the one that we did the test run with.
Okay.
So
And I'm going to pull up her Instagram real quick. I want to make sure you guys are all following OLP on Instagram. So if you tag her today, this is how you're going to tag her. Let's see. Thank you for your patience. All right, you got it there?
Yeah, so we're gonna go with a different one today, because the other presentation is just taking forever. So this is actually, sorry, Rob. So this is actually one that corporate did provide us with. The one that we have that Rob took time and effort to make is just not functioning with us today. It did work when we did our test run, just not today. So diving right into it, my name is Cristina. I'm with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Puget Sound. And so one of the great things about Outdoor Lighting Perspectives is that we're able to bring light to your home and just enhance your home and turn it into your own personal safety oasis and like comfort oasis that you're looking for. So there's so many benefits with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives. There's safety, security. You get that warm feeling, the home that everybody wants to kind of be at. If that's not your forte, I apologize. That's kind of the atmosphere that we tend to create. So if that's not what you're going for, at least you have it for you and your family, for your safety, for your comfort, and just for your enjoyment as well. So diving right in is okay. There we go. So some of the lighting that we are able to offer, we do offer for commercial, residential, kind of like Rob said earlier on through our commercials, you name it, we can do it. Events, we get inquiries about weddings and just birthday parties, several of other holidays throughout the year, as there's many in all cultures, in all other cultures. So we do offer event lighting, holiday lighting, landscape. And so the difference, because I know you guys hear me say landscape and outdoor lighting. So your landscape really is just kind of in the title. It's your landscape, but your outdoor is just everything in general. You have your curb appeal. You have, again, the landscape lighting. If you want to enhance certain features, there's pathway lighting, there's deck lighting. So that just kind of is all under the category of outdoor and landscape lighting. So that right there that you saw in that first photo is our gemstone lighting. And so again, this just kind of covers what we do offer. And so it's just the landscape lighting, the outdoor lighting, the holiday lighting, event, corporate lighting as well. We also offer a maintenance plan. I know that I don't think this is included in this presentation, but we do offer a maintenance plan for our systems and then other low voltage systems. If they're compatible with our maintenance plan and everything, we go ahead and we offer those services as well. So right now, permanent roofline lighting is perfect to talk about because Rob is actually going to be on site with the team tomorrow conducting a permanent roofline lighting installation. And now is the perfect time to get those in. I know you guys heard me talk about it in the last two PNA meetings, and that's solely because right now, even though the weather's not all the way ideal, it is more ideal than closer to the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, as that's when we are underway with our holiday lighting. So we're completely immersed in that while also still trying to achieve our landscape jobs. But for permanent lighting, these are the most ideal conditions. You know, we can push back because of rain. We can't install on frozen solid roofs. So now is the perfect time to get it. So you can get it now and enjoy it all year round. And this one is fully customizable. The Gemstone app has hundreds of preset patterns in there that you can choose from, or you can create your own, or from your phone. So you don't even have to go outside. You could just literally lay on your couch or in your bed, and depending on your mood, you can honestly just turn your house into that. So it just kind of reflects your mood. So, you know, for those that have guests coming over or a significant other, if you're in a bad mood, I would change my house red so they kind of have that preemptive warning, like, hey, not in the best of mood. So yeah, that's the great thing about Gemstone. It also offers like safety and security because it can go all around your home, or you can just get in the front. And it's not just colors. You can have the warm white or the LED, so you can just keep it nice and neutral if you'd like. If not, then you know, you can just change it to whatever holidays you feel or you want to celebrate, or just again your mood. Okay. So again, this just kind of goes over the gemstone. So you can see here on your screen the preset patterns and everything that it has to offer. And again, you have total control of this. So you're able to customize it to your wants, your needs. So that's a great thing about gemstone lighting. And so here's just a few examples that have been done. And this is, of course, on the corporate buildings. And then we also offer holiday. So our this is our bistro, right? Yeah, this is our bistro and holiday kind of all mixed into one. So with holiday, even though I know it's only March, we offer a full service holiday rental. And so that it includes installation, takedown. The lights are custom to your home. We store it throughout the year. And so our installation start October 15th. And then we do take down, if the weather permits, the first 2 weeks of January. So you don't even have to lift a finger. You just give us a call. And with our holiday, you get a custom design. So not one design is the same. You get to choose from several color packages that we do offer. And again, you can customize it to your wants and your needs. So some people get just the lighting. Other people get garland and other greenery. So of course, you're allowed to customize your home for the holidays. So that's one of the beneficial aspects that we have. And we also do not charge you for color changing. That's like one of the big things I have to emphasize during the holiday season. Other companies do charge you if you want to change your colors each year. We do not. We do have a prompt turnaround time. Rob likes to say 24 to 48 hours. I think it's kind of same day. I can call, Bill and be like, hey, so-and-so's lights are out, or there's a bulb out, and they're there within the hour. But of course, we are human and our team is always very busy. So we do like to give them a grace period of 24 to 48 hours and get that resolved for you guys. So some great benefits with getting holiday lighting with outdoor lighting perspectives. Just gonna throw that out there. We do also do commercial properties for holiday lighting. One of our biggest is Redmond City Hall. The guys do a great job, and guys do include Rob, not just because he's here, but they are out there for about a week, I want to say. If the weather's on our side, it's probably about 3 or 4 days. I could be wrong. Rob, correct me if I'm not.
It's about 3 days, depending on the
Yep. So it does take a while, but it looks beautiful lit up at night. And if you ever drive by, please stop and take a look, take a photo, tag us in it so we can share on our social media page. Thoroughly enjoy seeing the finished products, and just a little more examples of the holiday. I believe this is our holly berry pattern. So we do have fun little names for the patterns that you can choose from. And then landscape lighting. So if you look here, you can see some of the bistro lighting. And then here you can see the up lights lighting up the trees here at this business. And so landscape lighting is versatile. So we'll just go back to that. You can light up your trees, how Rob mentioned earlier, the cactus, like Karen stated, just about anything. Water features too. You can light up your water features. It offers a great ambiance to your home, and you're not coming home to a dark place. You get to see your home as you're driving up, and it's not overindulging in the lighting. It adds that perfect ambiance that it needs, and that you are looking for. And so you might see one light and think, oh, one light is enough, or I only need this amount. But as you start adding your lighting, you start seeing what parts are missing. And so you could just never go wrong with the landscape lighting. And then we also offer color changing. I think the color changing is one of my favorite lightings because, again, you can just kind of adjust it to your mood as well. And so with the color changing, you have that, instead of getting the permanent lighting, you have that option here as you see it. And it's actually down below. And you can kind of see it be formed there. It's kind of like a V. It lights up the buildings great. It can light up your home, your landscape. It'll light it up just beautifully. And it doesn't overdo it. And so you're able to celebrate holidays. We do have one particular customer that I can think of from the top of my head. He loves to get his color changing bulbs changed out for Halloween and for Christmas. It looks great on his home. He loves it. He gets it done every year. And so it's just another perfect way to celebrate holidays and then have it warm white year round, or LED, whatever you'd like. And then here's just a few more examples of some color changing lighting. I think this is really great here. And then, of course, here is just everywhere that we're at. As you can see, these two little dots here, one will be Rich down in South Sound, and then that little blue dot up top will happen to be me and Rob, or well, I should say Rob. That's the franchise up there. And so we do cover territory down from Canada all the way down to Kent. And then anything past that is all South Sound with Ridge. And so we do cover a vast majority of territory, and we offer our services to pretty much anybody. If you're looking for, just a small amount of lighting, then, there's no job is too small. If you're thinking, oh, I don't need that many lights, that's kind of what gets people. It's like, oh, I have, X amount of space. I don't need that much lighting. But once you actually see it, then you realize that you can actually use more lighting. So with the lighting, no job is too small and no job is too big. And so we thoroughly enjoy being able to provide outdoor lighting for everybody in the Puget Sound and North Sound territory. And we look forward to continue to light up your property. So Cristina with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives.
Awesome. Fantastic, Cristina. That was really wonderful. I'm very happy that you're here, and I'm grateful that Rob was able to enjoy and watch. So now is our Q&A time. If anybody has questions for Rob or Cristina, now would be a great time to ask those. So anybody want to go first? Let me see if I can move this around. There we go. Go ahead.
Like Emma has one.
Yes. Well, I'm here in Arizona, and if you know anything about the sun, it is damaging. And so I've noticed that a lot of outdoor lights that I've had out here, either they disintegrate, the wires will just get ruined, or they get kind of like a fogginess to them. And so I was curious if either you use specific lights for like the bistro lights and things like that are good for holding up the sun, or if that maintenance package that you mentioned is part of, fixing that stuff throughout the year as it does wear and tear.
Cristina, I'll take that one, unless you want to. So first and foremost, quality of fixtures is paramount, right? So anything that we're going to put outside is going to be primarily solid brass. Solid brass is going to hold up in the sun. Anything that's going to be plastic, you're going to see it fogging and fading. The glass lenses themselves are boron silicate, so it's meant to withstand the issues associated with the elements. That's number one. Number two, wiring should be underground, not above ground. So if it's above ground and you're having issues, that's a different problem than the durability of the wire. It's the fact that it's been raked up or pulled up. But perfect segue to the maintenance program where traction, people walking on things, moisture, rain, wind, or whatever can expose those wires, and that's where we come in, rebury them to make sure that everything stays stable and works perfectly. Bistro lights, the best thing you can do with the bistro lights is make sure you use glass bulbs. A lot of landscapers will use plastic, and then the UV is going to break down the plastic, causing it to fog and everything. So glass bulbs are going to help your bistros withstand. The wiring itself is designed to be outside in the sun, so it should be good.
Nice. Thank you.
I have one.
Go ahead.
All right. So how do you work with people and their budgets? Sometimes maybe they want more than what's in their budget. So do you maybe work with them in installation and phases over time? Just can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we always start with the design. So we do the consultation with our clients. We find out what it is we're trying to accomplish. Are we trying to do a whole backyard? Are we doing a pathway or something like that? From that's going to give me kind of a broad scope and a design, and it's giving me a price point. Then I can talk to the client and say, okay, here is the design. Here's your options for price point. Which one is most appealing to you? And then we can tailor it and adjust it accordingly. One of the biggest issues that you touched on is that people don't shop for outdoor lighting all the time, right? So they're not looking at it all the time. So the frame of reference of how many lights it takes or how much it costs, or some of the differentiating factors between a DIY solution and a professional solution, it's just not on people's radar. So that's part of the design of the consultation process. Figure out what problem we're trying to solve, figure out how we're going to solve it. And then, to your point, phasing things in. You may come up with a perfect, beautiful design, just may be too much for the client at that point, but there's nothing stopping you from doing, the front one time, doing the back and the sides, to get to that final result within, bite-sized chunks.
Awesome.
I want to add on to that. So part of the consultation process and like the vetting process, I would like to say, is that we do, when I reach out to the customer, I preemptively kind of ask like what their minimum, maximum are that they're looking to spend. So that way Rob doesn't go in and it's like, he's not just bombarding you with like thousands of dollars worth of lighting. He's just like very understanding about what you're looking for, what your price point is. So he kind of comes in with that already in mind. So he does his best to go ahead and, work with that budget. And then of course, if it does surpass it, there is where you can do it in phases. So he doesn't just go in and it's like, oh, hey, here's like $10,000 worth of lights. We make sure that we adhere to what they're looking for, what they're wanting, and then hopefully we're able to achieve that within their price point. And then, of course, if we're not, then you're able to do that in phases. And that's not something that's unusual to have, properties and other or homeowners that do projects in phases. So just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah, no, that's great. And particularly for the homeowners, but there may be some businesses too. Do you have the ability to offer financing?
We do. We offer 12 months, same as cash financing for individuals. And then we also have commercial financing too. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So question for Cristina. Cristina, I'm going to put you on the spot, and Rob, just look away for a minute. Pretend your ear's close too. What's one thing that you really love about working with Rob and the team? And then the follow-up is, what is one thing that you'd like to change about working with Rob and the team?
Sir, leave the chat. I'm just kidding.
We're going to live here on YouTube.
The video went out.
No, I thoroughly enjoy, and not just because Rob is on here. I say this to my husband, to my best friend. I thoroughly enjoy working with Rob. Prior to being hired by Rob and working with him and the team, it was a rough time. I was unemployed for a year. Prior to that, I worked with another individual that wasn't the best, at least not for me. And so since I started working at Outdoor Lighting Perspectives, it's just honestly, it has been short of amazing. Rob's very understanding. We meet 3 times a week, and he answers any questions I might have. He clears up what he wants. I would be I would be lying if I didn't say it took both of us some time to kind of adjust to both of our working styles. But honestly, we have come a long way since our first initial meeting. Rob did preemptively warn me. He's like, hey, when I get my ball rolling, it goes. And I got to be like, hey, sir, come back. No, he will come back. But it's gotten so much better. The team is great. Bill and Logan are great. We did have Rashawn and Jordan as well. They were part of the team when I first started, and they were amazing. The communication is there. It's gotten better. They're human. I'm human. Rob is human. So communication isn't always sometimes clear, but we've progressed so much, and I thoroughly enjoy working with them. If I need, if my customer calls in and I see that Bill is in the area or Bill can get to them, I'm like, hey, Bill, can you go do this? And he's like, sure, I'll go knock that out. Give me like an hour, give me 2 hours, I'll be there. If I have a question for Rob, I'm just like, hey, sir, I have a question. Or I call him and it's just like, oh, hey, Cristina. And I'm just like, I had a question about this. And he's like, okay. Each meeting, I always take away something new. I learn something new each meeting, honestly. He shows me things that I didn't know. I've gained a lot of knowledge about outdoor lighting to the point where in my neighborhood, there's an individual that has Gemstone, and then there's somebody that has Govee. If you're not familiar with Govee, it's a brand of lights that kind of mimic or try to mimic Gemstone lighting. Just not the best. Not bashing anybody that has it, just it's not Gemstone. And I pointed out to my husband each time we drive by the home that has the Govee and the Gemstone. And I'm just like, do you see the difference? Do you see how it's like this big orb and in here it's like perfect and smooth? And he's just like, okay. And so, I thoroughly enjoy working with Rob and the team and gaining a lot of knowledge and experience, not just about outdoor lighting, but just like professionally as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Cristina. Just in honor of time, I want to say thank you for that great answer. Rob is wonderful. That's true. Trick question, Brian. Looks like it's coming for you.
Yeah, trick question.
So let's focus to the slides here with the speech breakout. This is what makes Digital PNA so unique, is we do something a little bit different than the other chapters, but also we really want to test the audience to see how well they were listening. So anybody almost can answer here, preferably not Cristina, since you presented. We're testing how well we listen. And then if you're on YouTube watching, Aaron, thank you for your comment earlier. If you want to chime in again, you're welcome to. We'll air your response here. So it's a brainstorm time. What is her target market? Who does OLP really want to attract because they really need their services?
Businesses that are located in some of the more crime focused areas. Unfortunately, a lot of them have dimly lit paths, not enough lighting in general on the outside, parking lots, things along those lines. I always think about that because some of the areas that, in our local area, like Everett, even as far down as Renton, things like that, some of those places really aren't lit appropriately, at least in my opinion, to keep the nasties at bay.
Yeah, I would also, like, on the opposite end of that spectrum, say, high-end businesses in, like, say downtown Kirkland or, downtown Bellevue, where people expect, sort of a certain atmosphere when they're down there. So whether it be a little boutique or a restaurant, or something like that, I think those are all great candidates because, that lighting just takes the look and the feel to a whole nother level at night. And it would make for it would make for a place I would want to walk into versus one that hadn't taken the time to make such an inviting presence.
I'd say the hostess with the mostest, those people that love to entertain. They're always hosting a barbecue or a brunch or, ladies' night, whatever. People who love to gather would be great people for them. Okay, so moving on, key conversations. Now, if you're out at a nice brunch or happy hour and you hear somebody say, what's going to trigger, oh my gosh, you've got to meet Rob and Cristina of OLP.
It's dark out here.
I hate my backyard.
The thing that OLP brings to light, that's different than most of their competition, honestly, is the fact that they do holiday-related events.
Mm-hmm.
PNA has used them for one of their parties. And I'm often looking around, like in neighborhoods, my neighborhoods, even businesses that do holiday-related stuff, to have the ability to contact them, have it all shuffled over, set up, and then taken away, stuff like that. That's huge value. So I am honestly listening for that sort of thing around some of the key holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think we can also make the conversation too. If you see somebody that has a beautiful home that's not lit up, you might just say, my gosh, you have a beautiful home. Have you ever thought about like putting some, accent lights around there or some outdoor lights to really enhance it, at night?
Or just say their place is ugly.
No, I just complimented him first, Brian.
Oh, you're right. Always lead with that.
Yeah. Well, and also be looking to like on those Facebook lives or the Instagram lives, if people are in their backyard, notice, does it look lovely and charming and bright, or does it look kind of like terrifying?
Yeah.
Because I think visually, I want to encourage you to be able to tag OLP on Instagram or Facebook, even just saying, hey, have you met? Did you know? Right? Because a lot of people have no idea this is a thing in the Pacific Northwest. Any other key conversations to listen for? Go ahead, Cristina.
Cristina has one.
I know I'm not supposed to speak, but if you hear that their landscapers did their outdoor lighting, or their landscapers offer outdoor lighting, not to bash them, but our main focus is strictly outdoor lighting. So if you hear someone mention, oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting outdoor lighting, my landscaper said he offers it, that's a great way to send them this way.
Excellent.
Yeah, and our online follower Aaron says holiday special events that really want to stand out or pop out. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron should write in and tell us where he's watching us from. Out of curiosity.
Where are you watching from? Okay, so the next thing is beneficial syndications. What are some video, Facebook groups, sponsorships, large events? Like what can we think of where OLP should be?
Just because Rob's here, I don't want his head to get too big for the frame, but due to help he's received in training from Dreamosity, as well as, efforts over the last few months, you kind of can't not see them. And that wasn't the light bulb joke. They are doing a lot of videos, whether it's the stuff from, from the franchise side of things to independent videos. So, the Instagram page is hopping. And even though lately I haven't seen too many videos, off of YouTube, that just could be because of that algorithm. But the more you send out, the more we're going to see. And I do think that's, trending in the right direction, right? You can never have too much of that form of exposure. And Aaron's from Virginia.
Yeah, we love it. Glad you're here. Okay, any other ideas on sponsorships? I know, are you going to be at the Mill Creek Festival this year, Rob?
Ideally, yeah.
Okay, good. I was just in a meeting for that yesterday, and they're gearing up their sponsorships and that type of thing.
Problem is, because we did such a great job last year, it's going to be hard to top it. So they're going to want more. So.
Are you doing any of the various home shows?
Yes. Thanks for the setup there. We are going to be at the Monroe Home Show coming up August 25th, 26th, and 27th. If you or your friends are looking for free tickets, I might know somebody who can get them for you. So perfect opportunity for us to see our product and come ask me all sorts of questions. I'm playing Stump Rob. So if you want to try to stump me on any outdoor lighting, good luck.
And take your camera and record a video of the interview.
Yeah, just to let you know. if you can't stump me, I get to pinch you. So
Ooh, there you go. Excellent, good ideas. So other categories, what businesses are not currently here today, right? Who is doing maybe landscaping or
Property management.
property management would be great. We should get
Commercial contractor, maybe.
Mhm. Mhm.
commercial contractor, landscape architects, landscape designers. Awesome.
How are you with like interior designers? Do you ever compliment what those folks for doing the inside all groovy and nice? Like, do they ever say, "Hey, your backyard needs to match this, elevated space"?
There's an awesome tangential relationship with interior designers once you tell them that the beautiful space that they design on the inside can then also extend to the backyard, because that's where the majority of people live. And people are spending a lot of money besides bathrooms on kitchens, and kitchens look out on the backyard.
What about builders? Do you interface with builders and try to integrate the lighting in new construction?
That is a prime target of future conversations for sure. Trying to get the right price point builders early on in the conversation is always the challenge. Finding a place, but we certainly have builder packages, done this in the past, and so it's set up and ready to go. You just got to get the right builder that's interested in adding value. One of the challenges in the Northwest is the houses sell 3 years before you even start building them. So the motivation to make them look beautiful and wonderful, on model homes and stuff like that is a little diminished.
Understood. Can you step in like mid-construction and still add in outdoor lighting?
We can do it. Yeah, we actually prefer to come in at the end, because then I know what to put lights on. Mm-hmm.
Now, Rob, I've heard you mention in the past, and I know, Marcel, we're breaking protocol here, but in the past, you like having categories like a real estate agent in here, or maybe a couple spread throughout the Pacific Northwest. Since digital PNA is not closed category, we can have multiples, because depending on the package, like you have a really phenomenal plus or minus $3,700 package promotion right now that could be incorporated into a thank you, a closing cost, whatever, depending on the size of the property being sold by that agent.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, we will even give away corporate credit cards, which would mean a corporate card with credit on it, so that you can use to spend on outdoor lighting. So those are freebies to give away to somebody, to put in a welcome gift. It's like, hey, here's $250 or something towards an outdoor lighting package. Great welcome gift. Once everybody gets done replacing the carpet, the refrigerator, and the hole in the roof, then they can focus on their outdoor lighting.
I have an idea for another category that, it may not be the best fit in the world, but neighborhood associations.
Neighborhood associations, it's usually property management with HOAs. The monuments are typically where they bring us in, because, the sign coming in, it's
right.
Or two lights, somebody has beat it up or broke it. We do a lot of improving HOA monuments.
Excellent.
Excellent. And real quick, so thanks everybody for sharing. That's awesome. I want Cristina to share. We'd planned to do a video. I'm not sure if I need to stop my sharing for you to do it though. So Cristina, do you want to try and get that to share?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it'll do it for us, but
Yes, if you're not following them on Instagram or YouTube, you absolutely should. Their demonstrations, like talking about it's one thing, but seeing the show and tell, the before and after, the transformation of these spaces is truly amazing. So I'm hoping we can get the video to work here, so you guys can ooh and ah. Aaron, I'm expecting some ooh and ahs from you in the chat too. We want to hear what you think of this.
Hey, Cristina, which video is it? Is it the one that's on our YouTube channel?
Yes, I have that one. And then I was going to share the gemstone, but if you don't want me to share it, I won't.
Whichever one. I mean, the point is, can Marcel go to the YouTube channel and access it if she's the uber queen of digital control?
We could try that. We had practiced it though. I just want to see if we can get it to work, because the what is it? I think if I move this, well, that's just back to us. If I do add scene, do you guys see? Let's see. Sorry to experiment here. Let me know if you got it, Cristina, and I'll share yours.
I think if I just share this, okay. I have it pulled up.
Yeah, go ahead and share, and then I'll have to approve it. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, just have full screen for us.
I'm
Perfect.
restarting.
Look how techy we are here. Ooh. Fantastic.
Very nice.
Those are beautiful. I want like any of those.
I think it will let me play the gemstone video, so I can play that for you guys.
Okay, we've got time. Go ahead real quick.
Okay, it should go. And then you can control the music, correct?
Right?
Yep.
Excellent. Let's see if I can get everybody back on here. Wasn't that cool? Isn't that the technology, what we're able to do in this space? Really just thank you, Christina. That was fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so I got to get back to my slides here real quick. Let's see if I can do that magically. Any final thoughts on the speech breakout? Thank you for that. Keep her in mind. Keep him in mind. Who's the first contact you want to send us to real quick? Do you want us to send opportunities to you, Christina, or to Rob, or both?
I would say both, but I mean, Rob can correct me if I'm wrong. Me, because I focus on the inbox. Rob's out between consultations and stuff, so he might miss them. And then with other meetings as well. So, because he has meetings with corporate consultations, PNA. So he's conscious of the inbox, but it's more like if he has time in the beginning, in between, and like end of the day. Versus me, I tend to get back to people and like my goal is like 30 minutes or less. So yeah.
Christina's the gun. I'm the bullet. She just ate the fire.
I love it. That's great. Well, thank you guys. Excellent presentation. So now we're going to move into our referrals and testimonials. This is like lifeblood of PNA because this is when the magic happens. So if you've got something nice to say about somebody or a referral, which is like the goal to show up, and wouldn't it be amazing to get 3 referrals today? Right. And that's why we do these presentations and we do the training of the speech breakout. So anybody want to start us off? We can kind of popcorn around.
Marcel, I know I'm missing something. Didn't I have a recent referral for you? I'm literally blanking.
I believe the bookkeeper out of North Creek is.
Yes, thank you. So the bookkeeper out of the North Creek chapter is definitely going to need some of Marcel's assistance from setting up to inspiration. She kind of needs a raw side of things. And then there's actually another one. It's a nonprofit I'm working with. They're going to be needing some marketing from the campaign perspective for their upcoming event in September. And so those are two outside referrals for Miss Marcel.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'm bummed that Heath is not going to be at my Washington Association for Mortgage Professionals WAMP event tomorrow night that I am the MC and auctioneer for. And he just dropped that bomb in this morning's PNA meeting. So I've been ugly crying ever since.
I'm so sorry about that. I'll give you a hug in the morning because I don't fly out until the afternoon. So I'll get to see you tomorrow morning.
Thanks for making it creepy.
And I still have a referral for Heath. I need to come in and look at corporate credit for Dreamosity because I know things are going to change here pretty soon. And I want to be prepared for that. So my personal Discover card can wait to rest. Let's be honest. So that's coming. And then just shout out to Rob and Cristina. You guys are a fantastic team. I adore the work you're doing in the community. I don't know if you guys know this, but Rob was actually Mr. December this last year for my publication because I just adore the work that they're doing in the community because it's got way more than one benefit. So I think they're fantastic.
A quick shout out to Cristina. She's really taken the bull by the horns on this marketing stuff, and I'm seeing magnitude levels improvement in the quality of her posting, and she's got quite the design eye. If you notice a difference in music between the video I did and she did, mine was pretty masculine, conquer territories. Cristina was a little bit more, a little softer and everything. So I think both of us come together and really complement each other nicely.
Yeah, I would have to agree, especially with the music though. That was a nice feature that I showed you. So you were like, "Oh, where'd you find it?" I was like, "Oh, look up corporate business songs." Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean. We both learn something, or I learn something each day, but I feel like Rob learns something new as well. And I'm just like, "Oh, hey, like we can do this or we can do that." So, but I'd have to give a thank you to you, Marcel, because you're the one that pushed both of us to, get reels out there, make videos. We haven't quite done the lives yet. I know Rob did 2 lives and he did great. And then he did the podcast, or was it one? I think it was 1 live and then a podcast. Either way, he did great, but we're trying to, we're trying to get out there and get that going, especially with the videos and stuff. Definitely switching gears. We're still doing our, posts and stuff, but definitely seen the difference with posting reels and like TikToks along with our posts. The reels seem to resonate with people a lot. So yeah, thank you for pushing us to do that, Marcel, because we definitely have been doing it. And it's a learning curve. We learn with each new video. But yeah, it's been great. So thank you.
Yeah, happy to help. I love it. Videos are good, and you never know which one's going to take off and which one's going to make the phone ring, but rarely is it the first. So I just want to manage expectations. If you guys haven't done your first video yet, please just get it out of the way, get it done, because there's going to have to be dozens more that get created, potentially. Just my personal experience. But you guys are doing live right now, right? So this counts as live for OLP. This may be your first live on YouTube, technically, which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Not the last.
Not the last. This is such a cool platform. Okay, any other feedback for people, testimonials, referrals, even if it's like a maybe warm? And Karen, you're still on my radar. I'm just waiting for this thing to actually happen. So,
well, Emma and I are trying to get together.
Oh, good.
Because obviously we both live in Arizona, so we're going to get together in person.
Yeah, and I don't know if Cristina mentioned, but for you guys that are virtually in Arizona, we're glad to do a lighting design for you guys. If you're not happy with your lighting or you don't have lighting, take some pictures, send it over to us. We'll do a virtual design for you and spec out some parts and stuff, and then you can take it and get whoever you want to do the installation. So that's a lot of times the design's the first challenge.
Love it. Okay, so moving on, we will go speaker rotation. Thank you so much, Emma, last month for being, or I guess earlier this month, being our first YouTube Live, and Christina for following suit and live today. Mike, where did he go? He's on deck. I'll have to reach out to him. And then Heath, you were not far behind on April 16th. And I'm apparently in a different column on May 7th. So just know we've got some great speakers coming up. If you don't want to go live, let me know. If you do, we'd love it. It's not required. Let's see. Coming up, events. Anybody have events they want to share about? I know Brian will cover both of these for us. And then anybody else wants to go after him, you're welcome to. We've got an event coming up.
I guess I would go. Since Heath, you asked earlier, we do have the home show coming up in April. So for those of you that are local, I am gonna go ahead and start putting out the flyers soon. Go start working on those. And then if you guys want to attend, like Rob said, might know somebody that can give you tickets. So I'll make sure I send out an email to each one of you guys. That way you have the flyer and the invitation, and then if you guys want tickets, definitely get you guys some, and y'all can come out and see. Be a great way for y'all again to try and stump Rob on some outdoor lighting and put him in the hot seat in front of people. So that, I think that would be great. And then, it's just a great way for you guys to see everything that we offer. You'd be able to meet Bill, because I believe he'd be there with you, sir, correct?
Correct. He'll be there. Yep, part of the time.
So you'll be able to see one of our technicians, Bill, who's also, he's out there on site, so you're able to ask him questions too of how everything works. And he can answer some questions that maybe me and Rob can't answer, as far as like the installation process and being in there, like the nitty gritty stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out for that on our social medias, and then an email coming soon to you guys.
Excellent. And I want to go back to this real quick. I'm so grateful that Rob got us tickets to the football game last weekend. That was so fun. So thank you for that again.
Oh, that was a blast.
It was
Yeah.
a great community event. So thank you. Okay, Brian, you're up.
Okay, so thank you. This Friday, if any of you locals want to come out and have fun, this is at our Wheelie Pop location off Buffalo Everett Highway. So I won't go any deeper into that. We did lose one of our comedians, the gal with the pink hat. She had to step away due to a different commitment. So I replaced her at a moment's notice. And then also in the chat window, the first Friday of each month, this will be our third time at this new location. So I didn't get that to Marcel in time for the slides. But the other event I want to talk about briefly here is this upcoming Nonprofit Organization Connect event, the NPO Connect. I had it last year. I was asked to co-host it with First Citizens Bank. They're out of the Linwood area. Really great banking facility. And she had the idea, Rhonda, she's also a PNA member, to do this, which is the sole purpose of connecting nonprofits with local businesses that work specifically or have a division of that works with nonprofits. She came to me because of my auctioneering and MC side under BT Presents, so that's why she went to me. And it was a really good event. It was highly attended. We had about 35 nonprofits in the room, about 15 vendors. We're expecting roughly the same turnout, slightly smaller venue. We'll be at the Indigo Hotel in Everett. If you're interested, if you do work with nonprofits or have a division of, and you're interested in being a free vendor at this event, or want to drive nonprofits to this event, Marcel, if you'd be so kind, you could even probably copy and paste that link real quick into the chat window, or we could just send it out. This is a really good event. People wanted it twice last year. It was so successful, but it'd probably just be once a year. But anyway, we're looking forward to this. It's going to be fun. And it's just a simple, quick 2 hours. So free to attend, free to be a vendor, but we do have limited tables available due to the size of the venue. So just let me know as soon as you can. Marcel, you're on mute.
Both of these events or the home show, you guys think about the locations. Wheelie Pop is a beautiful venue. You want to record 3 90-second shorts, you could do that in their beautiful space, right? So be thinking about these events and how does it play into your digital marketing and your storytelling from a day-to-day perspective with those stories, because there's a lot of opportunity. like especially at the home show, you know, Cristina and Rob, I sure hope you guys storyboard out a couple key moments of captures. Maybe you go live for 5 minutes and do a demonstration, right? There'll be a lot of opportunity for all these events because, there's just great things happening in the world. With that being said, just a quick reminder here, there is a fee to join PNA. So we've got 4 people watching live. If you're watching, you're like, how do I get on this thing? I want to be in there. I want to do what Cristina did today and talk about my company and, you know, share your enthusiasm. We've got a $600 a year membership with a one-time $75 registration fee. And definitely reach out to Brian at pnanw.com for details, just to chat with him. There's a little interview process because we want to make sure you are legit and that people like you, because it's really hard to refer people to other people who are not. Anyway, you guys get the deal. Okay, in closing or wrapping up, we have room to grow. I would love to get this group to 20, 25 members, because right now we're sitting about 7, 8, I think maybe 9 with Mara and Rosie, but we could double, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you know that has one of these professions? A trademark attorney, a custom jeweler, graphic designer, e-commerce business. This is the one PNA chapter that is not closed category. There could be 5 social media people in here for all I care, because honestly, there's so much to that game. More digital marketers would be great. We could have a business coach, a business strategist, copy editor, copywriter. They're not the same thing. That would be great. So be thinking about, as you're out networking, who do you know? Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to build on this really quickly. Folks have asked why this is an open category chapter versus all the other ones are closed category. And the reasons are really fairly simple, mainly because say we had 3 real estate agents in this digital platform. They may not work the entire state of Washington. They may not be able to refer into Arizona or Texas. They may not have some of the connections. So due to demographics and or limitations, that's one of the reasons. Plus, there is a value in having a closed category networking group, but there's also a bit of problems with that occasionally. People get a little bit too comfortable. They assume the leads are going to just come to them because they're the only category holder in the group. I kind of want to take a hammer to that theory, because sometimes people are lazy, and that's okay. But at the same time, it's always the person who's potentially giving you business to make the decision if they're going to give you the business or not, versus, say, another financial advisor. You know, we've had 2 of them in this group in the past. I'm not picking on Karen just because she's here, but the point is that she may have earned business versus the other person because maybe she was a bit more proactive with the leads that were made available to her versus the other person. Things along those lines. It's designed to keep us on our toes. We're in sales, but we got to be hungry. We're being potentially fed by having the benefits of a referral-based system here. At the same time, we want you here, we want you present, we want you engaged. Because every time we're talking, you are becoming an even bigger communicator of your business and your needs. Therefore, we're all an extension of your sales force. And some of us have never even had a sales team. So that's kind of the benefits and the reason behind that. And these are just some of the categories. They're just kind of some of the cool ones that don't think they can be part of a chapter like this, and they definitely could.
Exactly. So if you're watching live right now and you're like, what would I look like if I was a part of that community? Well, for me, I'm 20 to 80% of my business month after month, right? So I get a lot of business from PNA. I'm super grateful for everybody here and any connections I've been given. But like for digital PNA, it's not even just about, like, I didn't pay Karen this month per se, but I shared out her big award as solopreneur. Sometimes it's really hard to say, hey, look at me, I'm freaking amazing. But if she does it for me and I do it for her, and vice versa, there's a benefit of having potentially 5 to 10 people sharing your videos, sharing your podcast, sharing your newsletter, sharing your events, because the way social media works is you're social with the media, right? Be social. And with that, just kind of in wrapping up here, I want to encourage you, if you haven't done a one-to-one with everybody on the screen, schedule it. We'll go offline here in a minute. Schedule either on Zoom, do an Instagram live, do a YouTube live, go have coffee, go come to the ribbon cutting here in Mill Creek this week. But we are encouraging people to do those one-to-ones live, because that is a different dynamic. Rosie and I did ours last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, where we went live and we just chatted, right? We had a couple people pop on, pop off, but that's a different skill set that by doing it with a referral buddy friend, it's a lot easier than, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I have this like VIP experience. Not that we're not all VIPs, but warm up the skill sets by doing, like even Heath, you could totally interview all of us about corporate credit versus personal credit and just have a conversation as part of those first 9 posts, right? Like we could get that could be how you create your content. It's just having a conversation with people. Any questions on that particular idea? I know it's a little bit maybe overwhelming for people, maybe not, but awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here today, and we will officially wrap up and end the stream. If you guys want to stay on for a few minutes and just chat and debrief, we can do that as well. But have a fantastic day, and if you're watching live, please share the video with a friend. If you're here live, also share a video with a friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Awesome.